It is hardly frightful, but I'll tell you what, inside GCU Arena, it certainly is delightful as the Lopes celebrate the holidays early with quite the festive month ahead, including 2 nationally televised games, a game at Footprint Center, tonight's WAC opener, and a partridge in a pear tree. That's right, the holiday spirit is in the house, along with some very interesting Santas, as the Haddocks celebrate Litmus and the Lopes play host to the Mavericks. Kate Longworth here, gifting you with quite the evening of exciting hoops coming your way live from GCU Arena. We get you started here with the Lopes Pregame, leading you up to tip-off between UT Arlington and GCU. And the Lopes, after the conference opener, well, they found themselves on the naughty list after committing 26 fouls. However, they were able to right the slate to pull off the 10-point victory over UTRGV. And now in their WAC home opener, they're hoping for the same results in the form of a W. And so now it's time for us to bring in our not-so-little Santa helpers, Barry Boutel and Scott Williams. They'll be helping us with all the action tonight. Guys, conference play, it's here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It is lit, and we've got a ton of Discover students here for the home opener in the conference. Here we are in early December as the Lopes come back 1-0 in conference play after a interesting game at UTRGV.
Yeah, get that victory. I'll tell you what, they did go out there and beat those guys up with the fouls, but they came around with a sweet victory. Tyon Grant Foster, Rayshawn Harrison combining for 46 points, and they did it in an efficient manner. 17 and 31 from the field. I gotta love those numbers.
How about Tyon Grant Foster muscling through, 25 points, 11 rebounds, double-double.
He's got to be the most important player in the transfer portal in the country this year. What he has done for the GCU Lopes, being able to score from the outside, use his length and athleticism, get out in transition for buckets, slashing to the middle, getting steals, just does everything to stuff that stat sheet.
What a shockingly good surprise Tyon Grant Foster has been. But how about Ray Harrison? He has kind of found his rhythm as well. 21 big points in the victory.
Well, you know, I love the way Rayshawn has just come on and approached this season. All the pressure of being the preseason WAC player of the year, and he's just gone out there and has been so efficient at being able to call his own spots to score, but yet also getting the newcomers involved like Duke Brennan and Tyon Grant Foster and Curry, just doing a wonderful job being a leader on the floor for Coach Bryce Drew.
5 assists, 3 blocks, 2 steals in 36 minutes, as well as that 21-point production from Ray Harrison. Coming off the bench, Duke Brennan foul trouble, Gabe McGlothan foul trouble, but here's Sidney Curry putting up some big numbers.
Sidney Curry's been an efficient double-double machine. 13 points, 13 minutes the other day. He had 10 points and 10 rebounds. But then he comes back the following night with 7 points, a big bump with 6 rebounds off the bench. His ability to get on the offensive glass and provide that interior punch has been huge for the Lopes.
It was interesting to talk to Coach Drew earlier and said they're seeing a few more things in practice that Sidney needs to bring over into a game. Once that happens, it's going to be lethal.
I can't imagine what that might be, but I think if he's a hard-held lunch pail kind of guy.
UT Arlington, whole new look as well. Of course, a new world of college basketball. First-year head coach, KT Turner. But one player that's been there from Avondale, Arizona is Shamir Wilson, leading scorer and rebounder.
Yeah, this guy absolutely gets it done. He's averaging 32 points and 24 rebounds. Excuse me, he's combined for 32 points and 24 rebounds in his last 2 basketball games. He can post up. He's got a great first step to the basket. He's got a good mid-range jump shot. He's long, and he will get out and use his wheels in transition. His coach calls Wilson a leader on and off the floor.
Wow, it's going to be interesting. The Mavericks come in 4-3 overall, but they have taken on some big opponents. They were at the pit against New Mexico, and they also took on the Wildcats, and it was a couple of point differential at halftime against Arizona. Should be a great matchup. Kate, we'll send it back over to you.
Thank you, guys. We're looking forward to it. I'm going to let you off the hook on this, but Scott, come on over because we've got a surprise in store for our audience tonight. It's Litmus. We know you have a lot of things to go get on those gift lists. Well, Scott has a little stocking stuffer you're going to want to hear about. Plus, when we come up, we're talking to one of the big fish here on the GCU campus. We'll be right back right after this.
Being a champion starts with care, preparation, and the desire to win. As a fierce fighter for injured clients, Sweet James knows what it takes to be a winner when the stakes are high and winning matters. Injured accident victims who hire Sweet James can count on a 98% winning record, over $1 billion in settlements, and pay nothing until we win. The greatest athletes are your champions on the court. Sweet James is your champion in the courtroom. Awarded Best Attorneys in America.
Wow, that's hot.
Fresh grilled, that's hot. Mesquite Fresh Street Mex, where authentic meets modern. Visit us today at one of our Valley-wide locations.
Well, a lot of jolly, happy souls here along with Frosty as everyone gets ready for Lopes Whack home opener tonight. It is Litmus for the Havocs, and we're gifting you with some great hoops straight ahead. But first, I want to go out to sea and talk a little fishing. That's right, there are a lot of fish in this sea, but I'll tell you what, when GCU inked Gabe McGlothan, they caught a good one. He has one of the most charismatic personalities, but he's able to reel it in and get the job done on the court. So let's check out who the Lopes netted in number 30.
My name is Gabe McGlothan with GCU men's basketball. Let's see if we can find myself a fish today. It's a good place when they have country going on. When I was younger, me and my brother would bicker sometimes. My mom's best friend would do is he had a fish tank and he'd set me in front of it, and it'd just give me that absolute calming peace. So many different things to see. It's a whole ecosystem, just watching a whole different environment that nobody's really used to. My passion for it kind of just grew, and now we're here. I'm super excited. Meeting all the guys, you just can tell there's that sense of like love and passion between each other and like wanting to win. There's a feel of like something special is about to go on. So yeah, this is a little koi pond. Usually a lot of people have a pond outdoors, you know, walkways up to the house or even just in their backyard. We should call this one Sid. It's also probably one of the biggest fish in the store. Took his ship from Louisville, landed here at GCU. So I'd say this is Javon. Nuna head. Right here, these clownfish remind me of our team. You know, you gotta earn your stripes. The vets get the stripes. Noah Ammenhauser, he doesn't have many stripes yet, so he's this one right down there. The blue one, the blue hippo tang, other known as Dory. He's the captain. They play hide and seek with you. Sometimes they'll play dead, so they'll just like lay down and you're like, oh my gosh, did I just kill Dory? Look, she's playing dead a little bit. She's just stuck in between the rocks.
Bright lights from the city coming on me fast. 3 more exits, I'm home, but maybe I'll turn back. Yeah.
It's actually crazy, the type of creatures, the colors and the different shapes. God's unique design. When I was younger, my parents had split pretty much just a year when I was born, and it just really kind of gave me the perspective of, yes, I have a biological father, love him, but I have a heavenly father too that can never do me any wrong. And that's where I really think like I started leaning on that fathership that God can provide, and it's helped me kind of just understand like You know, there's many beautiful things in this world that we have to be, you know, fathers or just take care of. Those two things in my life have really created me, and like, I don't know, one of my biggest goals when I'm older is I want to be the best dad. So I'm working on it with fish right now. Wherever we put our minds to, I think if you're just together, it's like, you've seen Finding Nemo, you know, where all the fish get caught in the net and one of them says, swim down, and they all start swimming down together, like nothing can stop them. So it's kind of cool with this team with all the same mindset. If we just swim in one direction, like who's going to stop us? So it's going to be a good year. Captain's coming home. My little guy.
Send me a picture of the tank.
I will. All right, just this, please. Thank you for tagging along today. We got what we wanted, little Dory. I appreciate you guys, and be sure to follow us along and see what we can do this year. Lopes up.
Gabe McGlothan making a splash every time he steps onto that court in the Lopes uniform. Another guy who's made an impact both on and off the court, my partner in crime, Scott Williams, is on the other side of this break. He's going to help us with some Christmas shopping as he enlightens us with his story. It's all coming up right after this quick break.
The pulse, the beat, the vibe. You have a place to turn it on. Talking Stick Resort.
The future looks good. The future looks good to me. We'll find our way back. We're on the right track, and we don't look back. No, no. The future looks good.
It's time to deck the halls, and every sports fan out there, you're trying to figure out what to get in. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to make the shopping easier. Through the Fire, a memoir of trauma and loss, basketball and triumph by Scott Williams. He was a great in the NBA, and now we get to join him each and every GCU home game. Scott, it's so great to have you here. And please share with everyone at home, if they don't know because they've been living under a rock, you're also an author, a best-selling author. How did this book come about?
Well, I'll tell you, Kate, kind of during the pandemic, Michael Jordan's Last Dance came out. It's got to get reminisce with some of my Bulls teammates and telling stories and sharing some of those on social media. Some of my friends were like, hey, man, you should write a book. And I never knew a whole lot about being an author or writing a book, but I thought I'd just put pen to paper and start telling my story.
And your story is a unique one. We're going to get to what you did in sports because it's a page turner if you love sports, but it also hits home in a different way. It's a heavy book. You have battled so much in your life. Why tell your story now?
Well, Coach Smith, my college coach at North Carolina, always said it's never too late to do the right thing. And I thought by writing this book, I might be able to help some kids because my story is kind of a tragic one in some respects that I lost my mother to the hands of my father in a murder-suicide at this first day of practice in my sophomore season, and things were going so well for me. I earned a scholarship. I was the first player for my family to go to college in North Carolina. We were #1 team in the country, and everything was going so good. And then this, get kind of blindsided by such a tragic event, and kind of wanted to quit basketball. But Coach Smith was there for me, and he said, "No, I want to keep you close to me. I want you around the team and around the program." And the University of North Carolina and the culture of the UNC family wrapped a warm blanket of support around me and allowed me to get through a very dark time in my life. And I just wanted kids to know that if I could go on, I can accomplish my dream of playing in the NBA, my goal of getting a college degree, that they could do it too. And I wanted to share that with some folks.
Yeah, no doubt you are changing lives. As you said, it's a dark time, but you look at you just exude happiness. How were you able to, as the title says, get to that triumph in your life after battling such a hard situation off the court?
Well, again, like I said, I had a lot of good people around me, and you have to have the courage to open up, because when there's a lot of domestic violence in the house and verbal abuse, the thing is to kind of keep that to yourself. It's a very shameful thing, but I was able to open up with Coach Smith, and he wouldn't let me give up on my, like I said, on my goals, and that was the biggest thing. And then you go through college and you don't get drafted, and happenstance of playing in a pickup game with Michael Jordan in Greensboro, and finding yourself with the ball late in the game and your team's down by 1, and you throw it over to Jordan, his tongue comes out of his mouth, and he knocks in the game winner. And he makes a call to the general manager of the Chicago Bulls and got me a tryout. And I rode that tryout to a NBA championship ring in my first year. So I went kind of crying on draft night from not getting drafted, a hoisting champagne and the NBA championship trophy at the end of the year. So it was a sweet return to victory.
I love that too, because I think there's so many lessons in this story. Not only will it resonate with some people who are battling hard things, they're going to know there's light on the other side of the tunnel. They can power through, they can endure. So how did what you went through help with your career? Because your career didn't always come easy, but man, you made it look fun, and you took advantage of each moment.
Yeah, it really helped me be mentally tough and try to get through some tough times. I really wanted people to know that and make my mother and Coach Smith proud that I go out there and handle everything. I remember not being able to play my second year with the Bulls, kind of had shoulder surgery, kind of started slow, but because I found myself in the game, clinching championship game when the team was down by 15, went out there with some of my mates, and we brought us back to win the victory, and I was standing on the trophy, with the championship trophy in my hand, and it just had an epiphany that if I can battle all the things I had done the last few years, win back-to-back world championships, then I could accomplish anything that I wanted in my life.
And Scott, it's such an honor to be your friend and to be your coworker, because I think we learned so much from you in your day-to-day, because you're a happy person. You bring a lot of happiness to people. But I also think with this book, I know you're trying to find ways to give back to the community. What are some foundations that are close to your heart?
Yeah, I've been very lucky to partner with Chrysalis here, Domestic Violence Center, that helps women and children in abusive situations. So trying to bring up the awareness of what domestic abuse is and how to break that cycle of domestic violence.
And Scott, I will tell everyone at home, this is a page turner. The only thing I thought at the end of this story, besides what Scott has battled through and how exciting his life was at times and how hard it was at times, yet here he is. But it was a page turner. I wanted more. So if you get the sequel out there, I want the next interview for that too. But really, sports fans, you want this. Or if you know someone in your life who is battling something, this will bring hope to their life, just like Scott has brought hope to so many of us. And here's what we call a teaser in the TV business. If you're wondering who's the greatest player of all time, the GOAT, well, Scott got to play with both MJ and LeBron James, and he addresses that. Go out and get the book. It's on Amazon, and guess what? You get Scott all night long tonight. He'll be calling the game at the top of the hour. Again, a memoir of triumph, loss, basketball, and triumph. It's Through the Fire by our very own Scott Williams.
Feeling uneasy about your financial future? You need a partner that helps lighten the load. Welcome to Global Credit Union. It means early payday, your paycheck up to 3 days early with direct deposit, accounts with no NSF fees, and a mobile app with tools to help you manage your family budget. At Global, we take member care seriously, with branches near you and a 24/7 US-based call center staffed by real people. Join us at Global Credit Union.
Grand Canyon University, a Christian university, is one of the fastest growing universities in the country. Located in Phoenix, Arizona, GCU offers 270 dynamic academic programs. In 2020, campus students received over $157 million in scholarships, and many attended for less than the cost of a state university. Scholarships are still available. Get your offer now at gcu.edu/myoffer.
Kate Longworth, welcome you back here with the Mesquite Fresh Street Mex athletic calendar coming your way. Yes, we're excited for this WAC home opener for GCU, but it gets even bigger and better as we go through December. On Tuesday, it will be a whiteout here at GCU Arena as the Lopes battle San Diego State. Women's basketball Friday there at Arizona State. Men's basketball next Saturday at Liberty. And then heading over to Footprint Center. And it's an exciting month, and it's a gift that keeps on giving as our very own Barry Bertel sat down with Coach Drew to get tonight's game plan.
Thanks, Kate. And Coach, conference play is underway. Here we are, late November, early December. You go to UT RGV, and man, that was a tough flow there. A lot of foul calls. 3 guys foul out. How did you see that game unfolding? It must have been a little bit difficult to coach.
It was good to win and get back to Phoenix. So, it was really physical. 71 free throws. So, flow is a great word. Not really a flow to the whole game. The only flow was when we got back on the plane and then landed back in Phoenix. So, but it's always nice to get a road win, especially in conference.
How about Tyon Grant Foster? 25 points, 11 rebounds, gets the double-double. Also picked up 3 blocks in 37 minutes.
Played another really good game for us. Hit a key 3 down the stretch right there, in the final 2 minutes. And like you said, rebounded the ball really well. Had some nice blocks. So starting to add to his scoring, which is something we need.
And you've always been getting it from Ray Harrison. He chipped in with 21. What are you seeing from Ray as he also contributes? It's nice to see the numbers up and also seeing that he's pairing up with Tyon really, really well.
Yeah, the 2 of them in the last few games seem like they have good chemistry going. Put a lot on Ray's shoulders. He's scoring, he's passing, he's handling the ball, having to guard the point guard. So really helped having Josh Baker back. But Ray's off to a great start to the season. And, we have reinforcements coming. Javon Blackshear will be back soon. Nice. And that'll help Ray be able to play a little more off the ball and not have to, be handling it every time down for us.
5 assists, 3 blocks, 2 steals for Ray Harrison in the game. And as you mentioned, Josh Baker's kind of getting his rhythm. I have to circle back because you did mention Javon a little bit. Saw him after practice. That knee looks pretty solid.
Yeah, it looked good. His speed looks good out on the court, and hopefully soon. So I know we're all excited, and our players are excited. But right now, in tonight's game, we got to weather the storm with the short guard group again, and they've done a great job so far, and hopefully they'll do the same tonight.
I want to talk a little bit about Sidney Curry. Here's a guy that's come on off the bench, gets 7 points in the game, 6 rebounds in some 25 minutes. He seems to be adjusting well coming off the bench and really contributing.
He has. He works hard, and, he does what the team needs for him to do. He has great touch around the rim. That left hand is deceiving. You aren't used to left-handed players finishing around the rim. And even though he's been really good for us, we've seen him be a lot better in practice. And so, we think he's going to get better and better as he plays more games for us.
Nice to have somebody at least in that big position when Duke Brennan falls into foul trouble and fouls out, as did Gabe McGlothan, who gave you some quality minutes while he was on the floor.
Yeah, I think it's my first game ever coaching. I've had, you're basically 1, 2, and 3 guys that play center all foul out in one game. So, we had to go a small lineup there at the end, but hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Gabe just seems to be, he doesn't mind mixing it up, though. I mean, he really is kind of the heart and soul of the team.
He's been so solid. He's really had the servant-added humble heart where I'll do whatever the team needs, whether it's, score, rebound, play defense, or just, play hard out there and pass the ball. So he's such a key. When we lost him, that really hurt in the last game, and that's one of our goals is try to keep him on the floor as long as we can.
Now you take on a UT Arlington team coming in 4-3. They've taken on some pretty worthy opponents to kind of get razor sharp here to take on the Lopes here tonight. Shamar Wilson is their leading scorer and rebounder. What do you see from KT Turner, first-year head coach at Arlington, and this kind of new look Mavericks team? Yeah,
doing a really good job. They play really hard. They rebound the ball at a really high level, out-rebound their opponents by 9. You talked about the competition. At New Mexico, it was 80-80 with a second left, and New Mexico scored at the buzzer to win, and that was on the road. And then Arizona, it was a tie game actually with a minute left in the half. And so they've played some really good road games so far.
Well, I know this is not a good question to ask a coach because he's got the game tonight. But Tuesday night is looming against San Diego State. How do you approach this, knowing that you got a pretty worthy opponent coming in here?
Yeah, you know me too well to talk about a Tuesday game.
But everybody's excited about it.
Yeah, you know, this game is such a big game for us tonight because it's conference.
Sure.
And, you know, we need to build momentum, and you want to be able to look at the standings for the next month and be happy where you are and not upset. So when I say all hands have been on deck and everyone's focused on this game, you know, except for the one coach doing the scout, everyone else has been locked in on this one.
How do you feel about your depth? You know, when we approach the season and you know, you got Javon coming back, but the numbers and the guys contributing off the bench, are you pleased at this early juncture about the bench?
You know, I think as the year progresses, we're going to see the depth of our bench really help us. You know, right now, guys are still figuring out a rhythm and a flow. I think, you know, once Josh starts to play a little bit more, once Javon gets back, I really think come, you know, middle of January, February, I think you're going to see our bench be a big positive for us.
That'd be perfect timing. Perfect timing. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Head Coach Bryce Drew, our guest. Kate, we'll send it back over to you.
Thank you, guys. And wow, there's no stealing the show here. Yes, it's a big game on the court, and it's a big party in the house here at GCU Arena. We're going to keep it going here on the Lopes Pregame Show as the Havocs celebrate litmus on this WAC home opener.
Culver's couldn't have started anywhere but in Sauk City, Wisconsin. Still today, we are a family restaurant. Here, nearby farms grow the food we eat, smiles are contagious, and everyone is someone's neighbor. It's a place where our love of fresh food is as strong as our love for each other. It's a feeling of welcome you'll notice the moment you stop by. Because where we come from has made us who we are, and for that, we couldn't be more proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Get a shake with your points and some fries on the side with your points. You get more with every order. Woo! Get a Whataburger or a patty melt or some breakfast with the point. You get more with every order. Get a biscuit or a brownie, but no matter what you pick, you get more. Like your favorite Whataburger or whatever, 'cause it all gives you more with Whataburger Rewards.
Merry Litmus from the Havocs tonight at GCU as we get ready for the Lopes home opener against UT Arlington. The crowd not happy to see the Mavericks walk on to the court, but I'll tell you what, we're excited for some exciting college hoops. It is the start of December, but it's as good as it gets in college basketball, especially here on campus, as the Lopes have such a big lineup coming your way. Of course, tonight's game, and then a nationally televised game on ESPNU as the Lopes face Final Four San Diego State in a non-conference matchup. You think the party's big tonight? Wait until the whiteout on Tuesday. Food, giveaways, tailgate party, an outdoor watch party, fireworks after the game, and a shirt giveaway. The Lopes, they know how to do it right, and they are prepping for this big matchup, making it a hostile environment when San Diego State comes to town. Don't let this happy festivities fuel you. It's gonna be crazy on Tuesday, but for tonight, it's lit. That's because it's Merry Litmus here at GCU Arena. The Lopes home opener in WAC play coming your way right after this quick break. It's GCU UT Arlington. I'll have all the live action from GCU Arena with the guys in the call right after this.
This is the most excited Lisa has ever been to get a car wash. And why shouldn't she be? Superstar is known as the #1 car wash for quality. Lisa's confidence is soaring because Superstar's ceramic sealant is the best in the ceramic sealant game. Just look at those suds. No amount of dirt and debris can take away from the sparkling shine of her mom mobile. Lisa loves Superstar Car Wash so much that she signed up for the monthly plan to get unlimited washes. And you should too. Visit superstarcarwash.com today.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Check it out. Imagine how much Mountain Dew is in there.
We should probably drink these fast.
live.